Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to upload your digital products, all right, on Selar. Okay, so in our previous video, we saw how we're able to create a digital product. Um, Now it is time to upload your digital products on your seller store so that your potential customers will be able to have access to it. That is, be able to purchase that product. All right, so without wasting time, let's jump into our browser and get this done. All right, so I'm just going to hit Windows Z to get access to my browser. So this is my browser. I've logged into my seller already. So as you can see, I'm already on my seller page. That is my seller portal. That's the dashboard. All right. So you can see on the dashboard, it's asking me to add a product, or I should create my page in order to enable show love, right? So, but our focus is actually on how to add the product. So I can either click here, I can click on this, or from my settings here, that is by click on this toggle icon, I can just, by the left hand side, you're going to see other menus will load up. Then we have products here. You can click on products, then you select add products. Okay, so you can do any of this. Okay, so I am going to follow this. So when you click on add products, before you can add a product, you must already have created your product, which is what I did. We've done that in our previous video. If you've not watched that, you need to, I think there will be a video description. There will be the link in the video description. You can actually watch it out to create your digital product. Okay, so now we are to select the type of products that we want to be adding. So we're going with digital product because that is what we actually created in our previous video. So I'll select the digital product here. I'll click on next. So the system is going to load up the environment for us to be able to add our digital product. So as you can see, the first thing that is asking is actually the images of that particular product. So like in our previous video, while creating the product, we also created a cover image for that product. All right. So we need to just add that image. So I'm going to just click on this, and I'll need to navigate to the exact location of my products. It's on my system, so I'll just click on yeah, I'll click on this browse file. All right, so I think it's in this folder. It's my documents. I need to just navigate to where it is. So this is the cover image that I created for that product. So I'll just select it and I'll click on open. So this is going to load up the image for that product. All right, so I think there are recommendations here. So it should be under 7 MB. That is what it's saying, and the size should be that is the minimum resolution for that image should be 300 by 300 pixels. Okay, so I think our image is okay. You can see that has been uploaded. So when you okay, so I think we're good to go with that. So all I need to just do is very simple. I'll just close this. Oh, there's it. So our product is here. I'll just select this. I'll click on select file. All right, so you can see that image has been uploaded. All right, in case you want to add other images, you can actually, let's say you have different variation of this product image. Maybe you want to add like 3 different product image for this particular product. You can actually do that. You can upload up to 6 different images. All right, so that when customers click on your products, as they are reading about your products, that images will be showing. Maybe you want to show different angles or different areas of that particular product that you're about to sell. All right, so you can upload at least 6 images. You can see we have 1 of 6 to tell us that we've actually have uploaded just one. Okay, so we'll scroll down. Now the next step is the name of the product. So we need to just add the name of the product. All right, and in our previous video, AI actually gave us the title. We're going to be using the title of the product, as the name of the product. So I'll just go back to the GPT, and let's see what was the name of that product. So let me just scroll down. Okay, So I'll scroll down to where it mentioned the title of the product. Where is it? This is when we're writing the chapters. All right. Or I can just ask AI to give me the title since it was AI that we used in creating the product. So I'll just tell it to give me let me just copy this. So I'll tell it give me the best. I'll just tell it give me the best. Let me zoom so that you see what I'm doing. So give me the best best name for this product. Best name, let's see, for this product. All right. So okay, give me the best name for this product to add as name of products on Selar. All right. So I'll just press enter and the system is going to generate the best name for it. Best product name says make money on WhatsApp, the simple daily system for beginners. All right, so it also gives us an alternative that in case you want to switch, you can actually use that. But it says there's an advice for us. It says avoid names like millionaire, WhatsApp secrets, and the likes. So final recommendation, we should stick to this. So I'm going to copy this based on AI. So I'll copy this name and I'm going to add the exact where it says the name of the product. So I'll add this here. So now of course you're the one that created the product, so you must have agreed on the price that you want to set for this product. So it says what is the sales price for this product. So let's assume we want to sell this product for, let's say, 4,500. All right, we want to actually make it cheap, affordable for people, for a lot of customers to get access to. So we're setting the price on this. So if you actually want to show, let's say, the real price, um okay, so I've added the sale price. We've added the sale price, which is what, 4,500. Now we want to actually add the original price. All right. So let's say the original price of this product is let's say 12,500. So what we're saying here is very simple. The original price of this product is 12,500, but we are giving a discount. We're actually selling at 4,500. So the user is going to see a strike, on this price, but this is the exact, we're saying the product is this price, but then we're giving a discount and we want them to pay 4,500. That is what it actually wants. But if you don't want your product to have a strike, you don't want to add the original price for your product, then you just need to just add the sales price and it will be fine. All right, but in our own case, we actually want to let the customers know that the price of the product that we're setting is actually more than what they're saying, but because we just want to give them an opportunity, or want them to have that discount, that is why we're selling it at 4,500 instead of 12,500. So here we have so the next thing to do here is to add your product description. All right, so this is where you need to describe your product, why they should buy your product. All right, whatever marketing strategy that you are going to be using to design this your description section, please, you need to do that. I think I will leave this okay, so we can quickly do this. I wanted us to do all right, so let's just follow this sequentially. All right, so to add a product description, we'll just go to AI and tell it to create a product description to be added on our store page. So let's go. I will just say I want you to I want you to generate generate, sorry, this keyboard is very stiff. Generates a sales copy to be added my seller on my on my seller products description section. All right, so I want you to generate a sales copy. Sales copy. Copy, just like a sales copy, is like a text or information that users or customers will read that will entice them or grab their attention to be able to buy your products. All right, so that is just what a convincing why should they buy your products. All right, we're going to be using sales copy to do that. So I want you to generate a sales copy to be added on my seller product description section for this particular product. So I'll say for these products. Okay, so I'll hit enter and wait to see what AI is going to generate for us. So your sales copy needs to be, it said it has to be simple, clear, persuasive, easy to read on a phone, because most of our customers are going to be using phone. So that is why this is very, very important. So it has to be clear. All right, it has to be persuasive. They need to see reason why they should give you that money to get your product. All right, so that is what it is saying. So you can see here is a high converting seller product description. You can copy and paste. All right, so this is what we have. We are starting with the title. Then we have this: turn your WhatsApp into a daily income stream. What if the same WhatsApp your, okay, so this is just a copy. So this is how we need to what, add this up on our seller product description section. So what I'll just do is I'm going to copy this. All right, so I'll copy this. I'm going to copy this and I'll take it to the product description section, which is this area where it says insert text here. All right, I'll just paste what I've copied. So this is it. And what I like to do is I want to actually add a background color to this text. So I'll click on, I'm going to click on this. So I'll give it this color. So we have a very clean background. I'm going to add space. I also add space here. So this is like the heading. All right, this is like the heading of our text. So I'll come back to the GPT and I'll copy the whole of this section. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll go back. There's a reason why I'm copying this section by section. So I'll come down and I'll hit Control V. Remember what this AI said? It says it needs to be what? Very clear, simple, right? So I need it to be very clear here. You don't just copy and paste. You have to organize the text so that it will be very clear and readable, you know, to the customers. All right, so I have this. So no complicated skills, no big grammar, no whatever. So I just need to add this and I can decide to add bulletins or numbering or a number it here like this to something like that. So let's have at the end of every, let's, yeah, let's add something like this. I'm just adding spaces just to make it very clear for those that will come and for our potential customers. All right, so this, we need to add up the next text. So the problem, I just need to copy from where it says the problem. I'll copy this, then I'll go back to my seller, then I'll paste this. All right, so this is like another heading, and I'm going to give it the same background color just like what we have here. All right, so this is another heading. Okay, so I'll press enter here and we're good to go. Okay, So let's copy the next section, the problem. Sorry, we have the problem now. We need to copy the solution. I'll copy this and I'll move it to the description section. So this is the solution. The solution needs to have background color because it's a heading. So we are gradually designing our store, right? Okay, let's add up this. This is a heading, so I'll give space. This book shows you this. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. Yeah, I can remove this dash, something like this. All right, so let's copy another section that says inside this guide. So what and what they need to get, what and what they'll be getting in the guide, we need to add this section. So I'll hit Ctrl V, and this is what they'll be getting in this guide. So I'll need to add the background color. All right, so let's add space. So this is just a breakdown of what we'll be getting in this guide. We're trying to make it very clear for whoever that is coming to get our product, so that they'll be able to read the text clearly. So this is perfect for you if, so we're just trying to like convince our customer or persuade our customers so that they'll buy whatever they'll buy our products. So let me change the background color to, we're maintaining the same background color for all the headings. All right, so let's add this. For the bottom here, we'll add the next section. So what makes this different? What makes your product different? We need to add this. So I'll hit Ctrl V. You can actually copy everything, then you'll start editing them like section by section, but I think I prefer copying them this way. This is how I actually design my store. So I'll hit enter. All right, make it very clear so that they'll be able to read the text, clearly. So imagine this. Yes, I'll copy this, go back to our store and hit Ctrl V to actually paste. Now this is another heading, and we're going to actually change this background color to our uniform background color on the heading. So add space. We're going to add space, we'll add space, we'll add space. Okay. All right, so I think we're almost getting to the end. This is what we'll call the product description or sales copy for that product. So start small, grow fast, right? I think ready to start. This is a product you will receive access immediately after payment. All right, so let me just copy everything from here, and I'll go back to my store, and you're going to hit Ctrl V to paste. So you have to take your time and design this store, all right? Because this is what will determine whether your customers are going to buy your product or not. I'm going to add up this, press enter, add spaces. I'm going to create space here. This is another heading, so I need to just change the background color. Okay. All right, add spaces. This is another heading. So ready to start. Once they are ready to start, that means they are ready to make payments, right? So is another heading. I'll press enter. So they need to click on the button now to get access. Okay. So we have notes. I also change the background color to that. So they should note that what this is a digital product. This is a digital product. You will receive access immediately after payment. So we're letting them know that once they make payment, they're going to get access to this our digital product. Okay. So you can also add you can also add maybe images to actually make the store page very interesting and enticing. All right. So what I'll do is, where is it? Inside this guide, the solution. Let me see the problem. Okay, where are we? This is perfect for you. What makes the difference? Imagine this. Start small. Price. Wow. So here you need to put the exact price. I think on our seller, we said we're going to sell this five. I think 4,500 was the price. So we need to actually put the exact price that the user is going to pay. So I'll change this to 4,500. So the price is what? One small investment. So the customer is actually investing 4,500 naira on this. All right. And this can help him start building a daily income. That is what we are promising. Okay. And of course, the user is going to actually, get access to the guide once that is paid. So we have the name of the product is here. I think it would be good if we can erase this. This is too long, and we're going to leave what we have here. So I'm going to turn this to, I'll change the background color. All right, the reason why I'm doing this is because we already have the title here. It's the same thing, so there's no need to repeat because they are all going to show. So this is like the heading. This is heading 2. So I can also change this guy from normal to heading 2. All right, so that it will appear big too. Okay, so I'm trying to look for a location where I'll bring in that particular product image. So the solution, I think this is going to be fine if I add the product here. So the solution, let's see, even if you're starting from zero, all right, everything is explained in a very simple way, so easy that anyone can follow. So I think it would be good if I can add the product here. That is the product image. So what I will do to add the product image, you just need to place your cursor in the location. Like in my own case, I'm actually going to add it here where it says the solution, because that is where you want them to see what they want to buy. So here we have an image icon. To add up image, just click on the image icon, and it's going to allow you to navigate through your system and select the exact product that you want to add. Then you click on open. Then of course the product image is going to appear here. You can see that the image is very large, right? So you can actually reduce the size by just clicking and you push up. Maybe I'm doing this from the top, so I'll just push it up, something like this. So they're going to see this image, and I need to give space. All right, so this is the solution we are offering, the solution, and you have the image. Okay, so for now nobody has bought our product, so we don't have something like testimonials, like people's testimonials. All right, so and we don't want to lie that to get testimonials, that we can add up on our store. So when people start buying your products, you can be taking maybe screenshots, because you're going to be seeing them on your seller. All right, where you go to sales. When you navigate to sales, you're going to see the customers that have bought your product. So you can screenshot that particular page, then you come here and add it up on your page. Okay, that will serve as proof, so that when customers come, they will see that people are already buying this your product, and that will give them confidence to be able to purchase your product too. All right, so I think our store is okay. We're good to go. Now, next is just for us to scroll down, and what's the next activity? We need to select the category of the products that we are selling. And in this case, this product has to do with, I think, wealth and finance. because we're showing them, a guide on how to actually make money using WhatsApp, right? So the category is going to be on WhatsApp. Sorry, the category is going to be on wealth and finance. Then the subcategory, we can place this on personal finance, right? All right, personal finance, because if you read this and you're able to make money, of course you are updating, or you are improving your personal finance. All right, so product variation, this product has multiple variation. No, our product does not have any multiple variation, so we'll leave this unchecked. Then the product type is actually a digital product, so we're good to go. Then you want this? No, we don't want pre-order release date. So let's proceed to where it says give access to buyers, give buyer access to a file. Since this is a digital product, you need to select the type of access that you want to grant to the user. There are two types of access for a digital product. All right, the first one is downloadable file. It means when by default it's on the downloadable file. So what this simply means is that you're going to upload the particular this your digital product. As you can see at the bottom here, it says click to select the file. Now you're going to upload this product, and when a user or customer buys that product, they will be able to download that file or that product. Okay, that is downloadable file. But if you want the user to only be able to read that particular PDF or that particular digital product, then you need to select the read only option. Okay, so this will not users will not, or customers will not be able to download that digital product after they've made purchase. Okay, so but I think I'll be going with downloadable file because I want my customer to actually download that particular product after they've made purchase. All right, so I need to click on this button here. Then it will grant me access to be able to select the product. So I'll click on upload files. All right, so it will allow me to browse the files that I want to add. So as you can see, it's a PDF file. We were able to create this PDF in our previous video. So if you've not watched that video, you can actually see it in the video description for you to watch, so you'll be able to see how the product was created. So I'll just select this product and I'll click on open. So it's going to upload that particular file so that people or customers will be able to have access to them once they make payment. Okay, so yeah, one file uploaded successfully. All right, so now we just need to select that PDF. This is it. I'll select this PDF, and at the bottom here I'll click on where select file. I'll click on select file. All right, so you can see that file has been uploaded. This is the title of the file. It is actually 4 megabytes. All right, so now at the bottom here, there is a checkbox here that says automatically redirect the buyer to an external URL after purchase. So if you really want to redirect your customers to maybe your WhatsApp, maybe you've created a community, WhatsApp community, or you have a Telegram channel that you actually want to have the list of all your customers. So whoever buys your products, you actually want to redirect them to a particular location. Then all you need to do is to click on this checkbox. Then it will ask you to drop the link here. Okay, so you need to copy the link of that your WhatsApp group. Then you just add it up here. Or you can also redirect them to your DM. That is your WhatsApp, your direct WhatsApp. All right, so in case you just want to redirect them to any location after they've made purchase, then this is where you need to enter the URL and that will be done. So but in my own case, I don't want to redirect any customer to any location, so I'm going to leave this unchecked. So I just want them to come to my seller page, read to see what I have. If they are interested, they should buy and they get access automatically. All right, so I'll just click on, I think everything is done. We can scroll up to check what we have. I think just to cross check. Yeah, I think everything is okay. We're good to go. Our store is okay. All right. So let's scroll down and we'll click on create project, create product. So you can see our product is going to be created. Yep, I think we are good. Congratulations, your product has been added. You can view it at, so this is the link to view your product. So yes, you can see our product has been created, and we can actually view to see how it looks like. So let me just click on this. This is the live link, your product link. So if I click on this link, it's going to open my product for me. So this is how users are going to see this product. All right, you can see this is how users are going to see this product. Make money on WhatsApp. All right, so this is the title, and this is the my store, my store name, and the logo is here. Then we have a little description, that is short description about our product. Then if you need more details, you can click on this button. You can see bank transfer available. They're already telling you in case you want to make payments. So at the bottom here, you can see the price. This is the sales price, and this one is the original price. So it means this is the original price, but we are selling it at 4,500 at this point. All right, so users can click on this button to actually make payments. So in case you want to read more details about that product, you can see more details is here, and they go through this. At the bottom, you can see the image of the product that we added. All right, so this is the problem. You read about the problem, and this is the solution. The PDF or this product that we're selling is actually, the solution we are trying to offer to them. Then inside this book, this is what and what that they are going to be learning. This is what they should expect within the book. Okay, so these are what is covered. These are the areas that were covered, in the digital product. Okay, so they can go through all this. If they are interested, you can see the prices here. If they're interested, they just need to click on the buy now. So they'll just come up here and click on buy now. So let's assume I want to pay this. Once I click on buy now, all right, how many copies of this product do I need? Of course, you're going to get one. All right, so I'll just click on checkout. Once I click on checkout, then you need to input your name as a customer. You enter your email ID, you enter your phone number, and at the bottom, you're going to see a total of how much we are paying. So you just click on maybe pay via transfer, or you want to enter your bank details, you'll be able to do that. So if I click on pay via transfer, click to show transfer details. So this is going to generate the account details that we are expected to transfer that amount to. So as you can see, we have Paystack Titan, and that is the name of the bank. The account name is there. Wow, the account name is my platform name, right? That is my store name. Then the account number is, I need to transfer this amount to this particular what's it called, account details, and the amount is actually 4,500. And you can see there is a timer here waiting for, waiting to receive this money. Once this timer goes down, it means this account number will get expired. All right, so it means it will not be able to receive this money again until another account details is being generated. So as simple as that. So once the user or the customer makes payment, then is to click on I have sent the money, and the system is going to auto, detect that the transfer was made, and it will now give him access to, the digital product. So this is how easy it is to actually upload product on Seller. All right, you can see the process was very smooth and easy. So let's go back to our Seller dashboard. Let's see what happens. So this is my home page. If I go back to my home page, you're going to see it says this is the creators dashboard. You can see I have a total of one product. I had 0 sales, one customer, because I actually tested this. That is why it's reading me as a customer. All right, so remember I copied the URL, that is the link to my product, and I was trying to test it, but I did not actually make payments, but it's still reading me as what, as a customer. All right, so let's see how many sales. I've not actually made any sales so far. So I think this customer is going to be added to let's say abandoned customers or abandoned sales. So if I go to sales, under sales, we should have 0 sales. Yeah, because we've not sold any of that product. So you can see the number of sales is actually 0. So the number of sales is actually 0. So let's go back. Number of sales is 0. So number of sales is 0. How many products? 1. So let's go back to abandoned transaction. So you can see that I have one abandoned transaction because I tried to make payments. I actually click on the button, but this is the amount that I was supposed to pay for that product. You can see at the bottom here, we have the detail of the product and also the full detail of the customer that actually tried to make payments. All right, so the name of the product that I wanted to buy is this. My full name is here, the customer email ID. This is my email. Then the customer mobile phone is my phone number, and the reference ID for that product is this. Then the transaction date when it happened and the total amount that I was supposed to pay, which is 4,500. I actually did not pay that. All right, so it means when a user buys this product at 4,500, you as the creator, you are going to be getting 4,270 naira after seller has removed their own commission. That is after they've deducted their um, platform commission. Okay, this is the final amount that seller is going to send to your account. Okay, so this is how easy it is to actually upload products on Seller. You can see that the process is very simple. So in case you have any issue, you have problems, you have question, feel free to put it on the comment section, and I'll be glad to respond to your question. All right, so I think that is all for now. Bye.